Hello everyone, this is Debbie from Ink and Page, and I am back with part 2 of chapter 4 of 3 Wishes. That's a big mouthful. Okay, so in the last video, we bound our journal with the tabs, and turned out very cute. We had a little bit of a row bump with the tree, but I got it in there. And what I didn't mention in the video, in that part of the video, is make sure that you, if you're going to use the method that I used to put it in with like this strip of paper, just make sure you put glue along the whole strip on the inside so that the folded piece of paper stays together. Otherwise, you'll end up with a gap that's right here. So. And then also the other thing about this is I'm going to trim this piece off. Now you can, oops, you can leave that on if you want. It's up to you. It does look like a page tab if it's out. But I think I wanted everything to just go ahead and line up. So I'm just going to cut that part off of mine. And then I'll just re-ink that. So that it matches the rest of it. Okay, and that's just the little troubleshooting before we get into the actual, creation in this video. There we go. So that matches that. So basically, now it's kind of like the free-for-all part. Okay. So I took all of my ephemera out of my front pockets because of the tab binding. So I'm just going to quickly put that back in, and then we can talk about like the ephemera from today's ephemera pack and how we might use it. I think I've got some of this stuff a little bit mixed up, but variety is the spice of life, right? I'm pretty sure this was behind this. Let's put it that way. Okay. All right. And then here I have some of the ephemera from today's kit, which includes these, like, there's a bunch of like these little flashcard tags, which I thought would be cute in here. And some tags. Lots of tags and journal cards and this cute little parchment like label-y thing. And then lots of words too. I did a whole, not a whole page, but I did a whole page of words and number labels, which I think are in this one. So there's one row of number labels and everything else is words. But I thought these would be fun to like go through and stick on things in here, especially like I'm gonna wait and finish my cover in next week's video. But for now, I wanted to go through here and kind of add in some of these extra pieces, because like you can never have enough pieces for your journal, right? And I have we worked on some pieces in the video, the second video from last week. So I have some of these right here. And then I have ones that we made out of the masterboard as well. Okay, and so we can put our masterboard pieces in here as well. And then I have my envelope, which you could bind in as a page if you wanted, but I decided I'm going to use mine for ephemera because I have enough pages. I actually had more pages than I needed because I used a bunch of the, like the plain ones here, like these ones that were just like singular pages, but I wanted this whole like rock wall, tree, landscape thing going here. And then we just have all the other stuff that we've worked on so far this month. So let's do some extra decorating here. I think, oh, my pocket here too. I think I'm going to put one of these in here. I know I had something else in here before, but I think I'm going to put one of those in there. I have some of these here too. Okay, so this one's gonna go in here. There's also this like bouquet of flowers that I took out of somewhere else. We'll just keep adding stuff in here. There we go. And like basically just whatever inspires you, I guess you want to add that in there. I definitely, okay, there's a couple of these I know I want to use. I don't think we should use this one on here for sure. And I do have my washi tape here as well, so I can, you know, embellish with that as needed. Especially right here on this page, because I had to do this situation to get the tree in. And I think I feel like I want to add like a tuck spot right here as well. So I'm not sure what I'm going to use for that yet. But we're going to see. And I have some of these little file cards too left over from last week. So we've got like a bunch of stuff here to do. Let's see here. You know, that might be a good idea. Just to kind of add these onto here. There's a few more of these too, because I used all of mine from last week, so I made another set of these domino ones as well. Okay, I think this would make a good little pocket on here. And I know I wanted to use this one for sure. I'm trying to decide if I should rip this corner off. I think I might. I kind of like the juxtaposition of the word lucky and the ripped corner. Because I feel like sometimes things happen in crazy ways in your life. And I mean, I guess I'm big on it. I like everything that I do, I like to assign some kind of meaning to, I guess. I mean, I think it comes like from being a journaler. Like I know a lot of us are journalers, but like I just like to have things mean things in my journals. And I feel like sometimes you get so lucky and you don't even know that you're going to get lucky. I don't know if that makes sense. Like you just find your way to the right place and right time in the weirdest way. You know, like I never imagined this whole situation for myself. It's so crazy. Sometimes I just sit and think about it and I'm like, this is like, I could not have imagined like a better job for myself than this. And it's one that never occurred to me and it just kind of fell into my lap. And I just love it. So I feel lucky, even if like I didn't know what I was doing in the beginning. You just kind of find your way. So I wanted to make sure I had lucky in here for sure. And then I'm going to let that dry for a second. I need to put some stuff in this pocket too. I'm going to see what I have. Because I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what I pulled this out of. I should have paid closer attention. I think it might have been the book pocket up front. Nope. Oh, yeah, because I think so. This was not in here. This was in here. I think I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to switch these back Yeah, like that. And then this one can go in here. I don't have too much interference in my tree situation there. I feel like that goes. And we can put this in here as well. I hope I'm not pushing my luck here with this. I'll just put like a little clippy on here. I don't know if I can get it on that way. Just so I don't pull my pocket off. Okay, and then I got like distracted here because I was working on this before, but like I think, you know, sometimes you just have to jump around. Oh, and I had this cute little key that I made, but I think this was on the, was this on the file folder? It might have been. I thought it was, but maybe not. Yeah, see, I'm really into the ripped corners. I'm gonna put this little butterfly back here too. Okay, let's see. This needs some serious help over here. This can go, I think this is a good match for in here actually. And you guys like to hear me talk through this stuff. I hope it's like, I hope it's helpful. I hope that it kind of like gives you some insight into how things like go together in my head sometimes. I like the idea of doing a little cluster here. I think like when you have your journal like and you're decorating it, for me personally, I'm never gonna like sit down and do one page. You know, it's always gonna be like this. It's gonna be like me hopping from page to page, just kind of like you just gotta feel it out, you know, and see what comes to you in the moment. And that's kind of how it happens. That's why it's like I always say, I always try to plan, you know, and it doesn't work out. Mostly because I think I just like to be in the moment when I'm crafting, and I think that's like probably why, like, I know I've gotten a lot of comments about how you know, how look in the moment. Oh my gosh, that's like meant to be. But I do get a lot of comments about how much crafting helps people's mental health in, you know, and it's true. Like, I think that it would be very, like, it just makes it just makes your life like so much better, because you sit down, you can focus on a project, and you know, in the end, like I always feel so happy afterwards. And I always feel so happy when I know I'm going to get to do a video, because, and I didn't realize this before I started making videos, like it means I get to like make something. And I mean, that's always exciting. So, all right, so we have to use in the moment for sure right here, because it popped up right when it needed to. I want to put something behind it though. So I think I'll grab some of this washi tape here and start with that, because the in the moment is blue and my pocket is green, but we'll see what happens here. And I'll get that going, and then hopefully we'll get something like really pretty on here. I'm gonna look for a couple of scraps here. I did not get my scrap drawer out. Oh, I have this random butterfly. This is left over from Junk Journal January. And it was just in this drawer weirdly enough. I'm right on the top. I also have a piece of this like really super fine cheesecloth here. This isn't the, like the mummy cloth is much looser. This one's more like a closer weave. I think it needs to be a little. Oh, that wasn't good. There we go. I think maybe it just needs a little bit of fraying action on it to make it look a little older. And I like it when it has like the little, you know, things on the edge there. Oops. I think also I can have this like hanging off my edge a little bit because, you know, the journal has lots of stuff that's hanging off the edge. Kind of into the idea of bringing in a little bit of yellow here somehow. I think that might work. I just like that little bit of yellow at the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to, I think I should glue this first. This was one of the washi strips from, I think it might have been last week. And I printed this one on paper, which I kind of like how, that like it's like a lighter weight, so it's not like so intense on the when you're gluing it down. It just like it lays really flat. Okay, and glue right here. And I'm going to glue my little newsprint butterfly here. Or actually, I think this was an encyclopedia page it was cut out of. I just got lucky and found this. And I feel like I have to use the one that I found. But there are ones in the kit as well, which we might actually layer on top of this one. There's these here. Let's do that, because I think it makes it look like extra dimensional. I feel like all my embellishments are like this way, so my journal's kind of like a little bit lopsided. I'm wondering about adding in some of the, like, I was thinking maybe we could use like this for like a belly band. This is one of the bookmark, or you could use them for page edges if you wanted. Like, I feel like this would be a good page edge. We could do like a belly band situation right here with that. A little on the top and a little on the bottom. And then we'll just kind of put this in the middle of the page here. And these are sized to fit these pages. Like that's good. And you know, I really love this one. This like, I feel like this like really engages your imagination. This particular journal card. Okay, so let's see. I need to let this kind of like, I need to let that dry. I'm gonna put 2 paper clips on there, just temporarily, so that it stays where it's supposed to. I just don't want to bulk it up with like bulldog clips right now. Oops. Okay. And then we'll come back and put some ephemera on that. All right, let's see what else we got here. I have this. Where did I see it? I saw it. I have this 3-fold one, which I want to use. Let's see what else I got here. And also look at my washi strips. Let's see what we got here. I think I need a more neutral background on this. I'm gonna get my, I do love this piece right here, which I just used on the other one. I don't think that's good for that page though. Okay, so I think what I might do is do like a page edge on this one with this. And then I can just collage on top of it. So I'm gonna just rip it down here to give me like a rougher edge. And then I'll ink it and we'll stick it on there. There's a lot of small ephemera in this week's kit, so it should provide you hopefully with a bunch of inspiration for, you know, getting things decorated. And hopefully I got that close. I may not have. I'm just going to trim that right there. And then we'll just ink along these white edges here to get them kind of blended in. And now this is my fake washi tape. Okay, now I'm just going to add some glue on here. And I'll put this on here. I love this overgrown, like, oh dear. Oh, thank goodness. I like that overgrown look, you know what I mean? And it looks good because like this looks like it's like torn away. Oh, it's very exciting. All right, I have a little bit of washi tape here. Let's see what we can put on here. Okay, I got this one with like the writing on it. Which you can never have too much of this, I'll tell you that. Maybe that's too long. I'm not sure if I should make my little background a little bit wider. This is my favorite one, and I keep losing it because it's always in use. I'm just going to try to rip the edge of this one. I did a number on that, but I don't think you're going to be able to tell. All right, let's glue this guy down. In here. And I'm going to put my 3-fold on here. And the 3-fold is in reference to the idea that, like, whatever you put out into the world, you get back, you know, 3-fold. So it's always good to put out as much kindness as you possibly can. There's that. Like, I like to have these little, I don't know, reminders. My kids are always making fun of me for this kind of stuff, but I like to have these little reminders, you know, around the house and, you know, like just in my journals. And I love like inspirational quotes and stuff, and they just think that's hilarious. So let's see, what can we do with our Lucky to give it like a little bit of oomph? We might, I want to consider, maybe I'll consider a little bit of washi tape right now for this. Maybe something a little, I did, like, I went through like some washi tape that I had, and I found these like that I thought would go with this project. I don't know if that's, I don't know about that one. I wanted to like try to find some like patterned ones that had, where is the end of this? It just had like a little something decorative on it, you know. Let's see if we can find some green. These colors are really great. I think, let's see. I think I might use the smaller side here. I might need to make myself a 4-leaf clover to use for here for next week. I do like this. This one has like little botanical illustrations on it. I can't wait to show you guys what I have planned for April. It is going to be super fun. And another good project, I think, that will be like, have lots of options for creativity. You know what I mean? I always like to do projects with lots of options, as you all know, because I always talk about options. But this is gonna be tricky. Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna, because I really want to fold this over. Oh, it's too long. I kind of want to fold it over like this. I don't know if that's going to work or not. We'll have to see what happens. I might have to cut that. Did I get it? Nope. Oops. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to add a little piece over here. I don't, or maybe not. I'm not sure about that. Maybe it needs to be over on this side. I'm gonna have little pieces of washi tape stuck to me all night. What I need is the 4-leaf clover, but I don't have one right now, so I'll have to make one. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I can do that for next week. Let's add something on here. I think I want to add this one. The journey is the destination on this one. It's really long, unfortunately. We could put it here at the bottom. I think we can fix this by cutting it. I'm not a professional at cutting straight. I think I'm going to cut at is the destination too. And I think I have a better idea. I'm just going to ink the sides of these so they match. I hope my desk is not a total disaster. Okay, so what if we put this over here? On that. I think that might be a good... I'm going to move these guys out of the way a little bit. Yeah, I think that's good for that. Okay, so I don't want to move this down too low. All right, I'm just going to glue these on kind of haphazardly. It's funny because when I was making the words for this kit, I was thinking about this one because that's like, I always talk about this with my kids because I hope she won't get mad at me for saying this, but my daughter is always like, worried about the destination, you know, always worried about that. And I keep trying to tell her, you know, you have to have fun along the way. So I wanted to include that in this kit as like, you know, that kind of a reminder to just keep that always at the forefront. Okay, so that's good. And I think, the other thing I thought about this, and we might work on this for next week, I thought these would be cute. Like if you had, there's one of these that says choose. I don't know where it is on my messy desk right now. Here it is. But you know, I thought I could make like a little tag out of this, and it just would say like choose love or you know, choose piece or whatever. I thought that would be like a cute little, like 2-word type situation for the tag. And I also have lost and found too. You could have like choose hope or choose faith or, you know, whatever. I thought these would be fun to kind of combine into a project. So I might save that for next week's video, just because next week is going to be solid decorating. Because and I'll come up with some like organized projects too, not just like, this is what I'm doing now is basically like flipping through it and just adding things in, but I'll definitely have organized things for next week. My mom always used to say Primrose Path to us. I think I would like to have a word there. Maybe new beginnings. Maybe Magic in Bloom. And then I also have this one here that's the last wish, and I want that to go on this page, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna put this on here yet. I don't know if I should. I guess it is kind of dangerous to put something on the back cover, but I would like to have like I would like to have that on there. Okay, so I have this here. We can add in some of these tags just to kind of back that up there. I think adding in another tag here would help this. It's nice to have the pre-decorated tags, I have to admit. So definitely I'm going to put that on the list so that we can do those for next week. I thought these we could maybe turn into pockets, the bigger journal cards, on some of these pages that that, you know, don't like, that are just like the plain ones, you know, like this one that just don't have anything on them yet, because they were just like, I kind of wanted to do some filler pages like these, because obviously we need it back, but also, like, you know, what do you want to have on that page? Do you want to have like a little bit of a break for your eye? For this might be a good opportunity. I think this might be a good opportunity to use one of these as like a tuck spot on this here. And like, since it's the end of the journal, like, I just kind of wanted to think about like, what do I want that parting thought to be? I guess because it's kind of like, you know, telling a story when you're making a journal. Okay. And I'll put that on there. And then, you know, I think that would be a perfect place for one of these, like little folders. I always like to really push the glue to the limit there. I'm not sure. Well, I don't think I want to do stripes on stripes. But I do have one of these cute little cards too. Okay, so for next week, I am going to do something. I'm going to come up with something a little bit more special for the cover. I think I might use one of my, I want to put an edge on here. So these are like things that like I'm thinking about just for next week, just so you know when you're like working on your journals this week, like what might be included in the kit next week. It must be really interesting every week for you guys to get like new pieces and not really know what's coming down the pipe. But I think like for next week, I will, what we're going to do is make some more, we'll make some like more ephemera, like these pieces out of next week's kit, and then combine some of the pieces from this week's kit as well, so that we have like some more finished ephemera to include in here. And I'm never in like 100% sure of like when the right moment is to put like a journal together, you know what I mean? Like it's like, when is the right moment? But I think it's good to have like have it all together, and like an actual physical thing for us to work on, because we've been working on it in pieces for 3 weeks, which is a little challenging. Which is interesting because I thought, you know, for Junk Journal January, maybe I should have done my binding last, but it was more challenging than I thought it would be to bind it last, especially on a project with like this many pages, which is not a ton of pages compared to most junk journals, but like these are all solid, like, you know, filled up pages. So let's see if there's anything else. I'm going to put like a couple of these on here. I think I'll put love on there. Okay, I'm probably dragged this video out for long enough now. So I think I'm going to wrap it up with this. And then I will be back next week with our last video, which will be like really putting our like major finishing touches on here. And like just, you know, really like, I guess making it special. Okay, I just took a second to clean up. So I want to talk quickly, just, I know I mentioned it a few times probably while I was crafting sometimes, but I just want to reiterate, like next week what we're going to do is I want to do something special for the front. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I want to add something to this. I know that's going to be a tall order because I already put it together, but like, I just want to add something like over here, I think, to it. So we'll see what happens. And then I'll make a couple little, ephemera projects for us to do for pages like this in your journal. So make sure you include those when you put them in there. And yeah, and I will just focus on just putting on those like finishing touches for next week. I need something for in here for my belly band. I want to, you know, this needs a bunch of help, and I want to work on my back cover as well. So hopefully you guys find this week's kit inspiring, and you find lots of things to add to your journal. And I will see you guys next week for this project, but way sooner than that for Nature's Neutrals, because I have a bunch of stuff coming out this week for that project as well. Okay, so thank you guys so much for joining me. If you could like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, I would really appreciate it. And I will see you very soon. Thanks for joining me.